So let us learn further. Last time when we did it, we have seen that electric field is represented using these lines. The positive charge that is shown going away. These lines are called as electric line of forces. Number of lines of forces जितने ज़्यादा रहेंगे उतना electric field ज़्यादा रहेगा. In a way, you represent electric field using electric line of force. If the line of force have bigger density, then electric field is bigger. If they have smaller density, of course electric field is smaller than that. This is the way you represent electric line of forces, beginning originating from positive charge. Again, let me tell you electric line of force like that. अगर यहाँ पे एक चार्ज और एक चार्ज रख दो, positive charge, if you keep it here, then in this direction it is going to experience the force. So line of force is basically the direction along which any charge which is placed in electric field is going to move. So it indicates direction of force basically. Now, as I said it again, I will say, जितने line of force ज़्यादा उतना electric field ज़्यादा. So in a way, electric line of force indicates the strength. But how many lines of force will originate from a given charge? मतलब एक charge ने अपना electric field तैयार किया. वो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड को रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए तुम लोग ने लाइन ऑफ फोर्स बना दिया. ऐसे सब लाइन ऑफ फोर्स बना दिया. तो एक चार्ज में से लाइन ऑफ फोर्स कितने निकलेंगे? फॉर दैट देयर इज अ गॉस थ्योरम. सो गॉस थ्योरम टेल्स यू हाउ मेनी लाइन ऑफ फोर्स ओरिजिनेट फ्रॉम गिवन चार्ज. सो गॉस थ्योरम सेज नंबर ऑफ लाइन ऑफ फोर्सेस originating from a charge is Q upon epsilon. He represented it using flux. There is electric flux. And what is a flux? When you combine, when you have so many lines of forces passing through any surface area like this. These are lines of forces which are originating from electric field created by one of the charge. When they pass through certain area, these lines of forces are called as flux. So number of lines of forces passing normally through given unit surface area, इसी को बोलते हैं flux. तो ये flux कितना originate होता है? That flux originating from given charge is Q by epsilon. यही Gauss theorem है. The Gauss theorem says if you have a charge, ये body में charge Q है. तो ये बॉडी में से फ्लक्स कितना बाहर आएगा? And it is 1 upon epsilon naught times charge enclosed by the body. Now let's take a recap of this. What is it that we have learned? कोई चार्ज है, वो चार्ज इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड तैयार करेगा. तो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड को रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए हम लोग ने लाइंस ऑफ फोर्स बना. तो इसका मतलब हो गया लाइंस ऑफ फोर्स जितने बड़े, जितने ज़्यादा नंबर में उतना ज़्यादा इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड है. अभी इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड तैयार करेगा चार्ज और रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे लाइन ऑफ फोर्स से. इसका मतलब ये चार्ज में से लाइन ऑफ फोर्स कितनी निकल के आए, तो अगर तुम्हें फाइंड आउट करना है तो देयर शुड बी सम मैकेनिज्म. दैट मैकेनिज्म इज गॉस थ्योरम. व्हाट डज द गॉस थ्योरम से? दैट if there are many lines of forces which are originating, then that number of lines of forces which are originating, they can be given using 1 upon epsilon naught time charge across the body. Now these lines of forces, when they pass through certain area, that is called as flux. So flux का overall formula बना Q upon epsilon naught. Do understand? Flux का मतलब line of forces ही है, just that they have to pass through certain area and they have to pass through that area making the angle which is normal. Okay? In general, crude idea I am giving you, not exactly. Now Gauss theorem, there is related to flux, there is one more way you have to put it. Flux का और एक formula, that is E bar dot for ds bar. ds is the area through which flux pass. ये dot product है, ds cos theta is the value of flux. Flux is equal to ds cos theta. These two formulas is what we have to use. Okay? Two formula. This is the first formula, flux, and this is the second formula. I am just giving you some brief idea so that when you look into the derivations, you should be able to at least know what am I discussing. What is a Gaussian surface? This is again a concept. Concept I have explained in the class, so I will not explain it again. Just a brief idea is what I am putting here. Now these line of forces, if you observe, the number of line of forces which have reached to common distance on the charge, when you join, you get a surface. This surface is called as Gaussian surface. Gaussian surface. इसका मतलब होता है कि इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड जो चार्ज से फैलेगा, तो चार्ज से फैला हुआ इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड का थोड़े डिस्टेंस के बाद शेप क्या बना. So if you have a charge which is deposited on sphere, ये sphere है समझो, तो इसके वजह से जो इलेक्ट्रिक लाइन ऑफ फोर्सेस फैलेंगे, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड बनेगा, तो इस इलेक्ट्रिक लाइन ऑफ फोर्स when you join them at common distance, तो क्या शेप बन गया, वो Gaussian surface. If you have a cylindrical shape like this, this is cylinder, uneven cylinder, तो इसके वजह से लाइन ऑफ फोर्स ऐसे करेंगे. Like this. At common distance, when you have joined this will again resemble to a cylindrical geometry, the way I have shown. This is a cylindrical geometry. So spherical charge distribution, अगर एक sphere के charge भाग spherical charge distribution, तो spherical charge distribution के वजह से line of force फैलेंगे, line of force join करके तुम्हें एक सरफेस मिलेगा जिसको Gaussian surface बोलोगे. Gaussian surface due to spherical charge distribution is spherical in nature due to line charge distribution. line के यहाँ सिलेंडर के ऊपर चार्ज डालो तो उसको बोलते हैं लाइन चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. लाइन चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की वजह से लाइन ऑफ फोर्स का जो ज्योमेट्रिक इट इज अगेन सिलेंडर, मतलब सिलेंडर के वजह से सिलेंडर, स्फीयर के वजह से स्फीयर is a Gaussian surface due to spherical charge distribution. Now these two formulae and this particular concept is what we have to use for the application of Gauss theorem. That is going to be the next three derivations based on Gaussian surface and Gauss theorem. Okay. So first application of Gauss theorem. Here I have expression for electric intensity due to spherical shape or spherical charge distribution. So consider that there is a spherical shell. Spherical shell होता है जो अंदर से बॉल, मतलब बॉल के जैसा, it is not rigid. इसके ऊपर चार्ज डिपॉजिट है, चार्ज is q, so everywhere charge is deposited. इसका जो रेडियस है, that radius is capital R as I have shown it. Due to the spherical charge distribution, as I said, the electric line of forces or electric field will spread into the air in the form of a sphere. तो इसके लिए spherical Gaussian surface से बनाना है. To find out electric intensity due to this charge q or spherical shell, which is having charge q, at certain distance r, at point P, about point P, we have drawn some area ds, such that we can find out electric flux. तो अभी पहला पार्ट है Gaussian surface बनाया. We consider point P at a distance r. About point P, we have drawn ds, area ds. The direction of area ds is normal to the surface because that is what is its direction. And direction of electric field, as you can see, it is also normal to the surface. Electric field always comes normal to the surface. That you have to remember. So ये जो ds है, area vector, या direction of the area or electric field, both are normal to the surface. Between them the angle will be 0. So पहला formula use करेंगे, d phi is equal to E ds cos theta. ये फ्लक्स का फॉर्मूला हम लोगों ने सीखा लास्ट टाइम इन द प्रीवियस ds cos theta. तो इसमें d phi क्यों यूज किया? Because the flux is passing through small area के लिए small flux area. So d phi is equal to E ds cos theta. Theta is angle between ds का direction, which is called area vector, and electric field. So both are normal. That's why theta will be equal to 0. Normal means they are parallel to each other. Normal to the surface but parallel to each other. Theta 0 आ जाएगा. D phi will become E ds cos 0, that will be ideal because cos 0 is 1 that I am writing here. Therefore, now total flux कैसे निकालेंगे? Total flux is found out using the integration. So integration d phi will be equal to E integration ds. इससे बनेगा total flux E into total area, surface area S. The total surface area will be of the sphere. That's why next time that करेंगे E total surface area of the sphere having radius small into 4 pi square. You get equation 1. Next concept में we have to use Gauss theorem. Gauss theorem says flux is also equal to Q upon epsilon. So equation 2, equation 1 and 2 के left hand side में flux है. So Q upon epsilon naught is equal to E into 4 pi r square. So Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught r square is equal to E. You get derivation का पहला part. Okay. Now this charge has been spread over this area, the area of the sphere. So charge which is spread over some area I write like this: Q is equal to Q upon 4 pi r square. इसी को बोलते हैं सिग्मा, surface charge density. Surface charge density. Basically कितना चार्ज पर यूनिट सरफेस एरिया डिपॉजिट होगी. So what is the value of Q? Q का वैल्यू है सिग्मा इंटू 4 पाई आर स्क्वायर. अभी ये वैल्यू यहाँ पे डालो, सिग्मा इंटू 4 पाई आर स्क्वायर अपॉन 4 पाई एप्सिलॉन नॉट आर स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू E. This derivation is particularly to find out what is the electric intensity on the surface. This is the electric field intensity outside, मतलब यहाँ outside the sphere, spherical shell. This is the intensity on the sphere. 4 pi cancel हो गया. Sigma r square upon epsilon naught r square is equal to E. Do you understand? R is the radius, small r is the distance. On the surface की जब बात करेंगे तो on the surface distance and radius both will become same. So in that case, this small r square, capital R square will get cancelled, and you will get sigma upon epsilon naught is equal to E. This is the electric intensity on the surface. And third part of this derivation is what is electric field inside. Then inside the spherical shell, electric intensity is taken as 0. Of course, there is a reason for that, and the reason exists in the chapter number 2. So this is the total derivation. Let's take a summary recap. The spherical shell on this charge field is distributed, उसका radius है r. इस spherical shell के वजह से पूरे spherical area में electric field फैल गया. So we have taken the distance r where we want to find out electric intensity at point P. About point P, we have drawn a small area ds to find out flux passing through it. ये small area ds के ऊपर जो flux आ रहा है, तो सभी ज्वाइन करके तुम्हें total flux ऐसे मिलेगा. लेकिन उसके पहले ds इनसे फ्लक्स जो जा रहा है निकालना है. सो टू डू दैट प्रोसेस d phi is equal to AdS का उसका फॉर्मूला इज क्या? एरिया वेक्टर ds and electric field are normal to each other. theta बन गया 0, cos theta is 1, d phi is equal to AdS and then integrate करो into 4 pi square, use Gauss theorem. That is this Gauss theorem, compare the two and you get this. And then second part में तुम लोग करोगे electric intensity on the surface. उसके लिए surface charge density यूज करो. Surface charge density is सिग्मा, चार्ज पर यूनिट एरिया. एरिया है स्फीयर का एरिया, ये स्फीयर कैपिटल आर आएगा, बाहर के डिस्टेंस के लिए स्मॉल आर, दो यूनिट कैपिटल आर स्मॉल आर. तो क्यू का वैल्यू निकाला सिग्मा इंटू 4 पाई स्क्वायर मल्टीप्लाई क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई, ये इसमें सब्स्टिट्यूट किया यहाँ पर. कॉमन फैक्टर्स को हम कैंसिल कर दिए. ऑन द सरफेस कैपिटल आर एंड स्मॉल आर बिकम इक्वल, सो सिग्मा अपॉन एप्सिलॉन इज इनसाइड द स्फीयर electric intensity is 0. So this is your derivation number 1. Now we'll go to derivation number 2. Let's do the next derivation. Electric intensity due to line charge. Line charge का मतलब है like electric cable wire जो overhead wires रहता है या in general connecting wire जो रहता है, जो connected रहता है किसी source को, तो वो सभी wires के ऊपर ऐसे charges रहेंगे. Charges आएंगे, of course there will be So consider that there is a cable. On this cable some charges have been deposited. Now this line of the cable is of infinite length. तो उसमें से थोड़ा लाइन का थोड़ा सा पोर्शन of length L we have considered, on which there will be some charge that will be deposited. To find out electric intensity due to this line charge at certain distance, say r is a distance, at point P, we will consider this line charge to be the axis. The line charge axis use करके r radius use करके will draw a Gaussian surface in the shape of cylinder, because electric field due to this line charge spreads in the shape of cylinder. That's all. So उसमें से if a distance r, will take point P, ये हो गया point P, और यहाँ पे लिखेंगे point P. Around point P we will draw a small area ds, sample area ds. उसका एरिया वेक्टर जो हो गया ये नॉर्मल टू द सरफेस, और वही डायरेक्शन इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड का रहेगा, बिकॉज इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इज ऑलवेज नॉर्मल टू द सरफेस फ्रॉम विच इट कम्स आउट. दोनों हो गए एक दूसरे को पैरेलल. फ्लक्स जो ये ds और ds से जाएगा, दैट d phi is equal to e bar dot ds bar, ds cos theta, theta being 0, cos 0 will be 1, so cos theta is 1. So d phi बन गया e ds. To find out total flux, you have to integrate. So total flux will be equal to integration of d phi is equal to e integration ds. So flux becomes equal to e multiplied by s. अभी ये surface area जो s है, this will not be total surface area. This is just a curved surface area. The curved surface area will be 2 pi r l. Therefore, flux is equal to E into 2 pi r l. Okay. These are also part of the cylinder, but here the flux will become 0, क्योंकि इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड का डायरेक्शन ऐसे है, और ये जो एरिया है उसका जब नॉर्मल निकालेंगे तो ऐसे है. So between them there is an angle which is 90. So if you use d phi is equal to E ds cos theta for this surface or this surface, theta becomes 90, cos 90 is 0, so d phi here becomes 0. तो ये surface और ये surface के ऊपर flux 0 रहता है, इसलिए नहीं रहता है. So only on the curved surface area is what we have to consider. So flux becomes E into 2 pi. So this is your first equation. Second equation, flux using the Gauss theorem is of course Q upon epsilon. Is a second. Now this charge is distributed over entire length of the conductor. So how much charge is enclosed here? For that we consider linear charge density. Now what is linear charge density? Linear charge density, which is given by lambda, it is charge per unit length. हम लोग ने कितना लेंथ लिया? इतना लेंथ लिया. फिर से एक बार, one more time. Charge is distributed over entire length. But have we taken entire length or have we taken the specific length? और स्पेसिफिक लेंथ का सिलेंडर ड्रॉप किया. तो ये सिलेंडर के अंदर जो कुछ भी लेंथ है उसके ऊपर चार्ज कितना है वो निकालने के लिए हम लोग यूज करेंगे लीनियर चार्ज डेंसिटी. जस्ट लाइक इन द प्रीवियस केस देयर सरफेस चार्ज डेंसिटी वेयर वाज द चार्ज वाज ऑन द सरफेस. तो यहाँ पे लीनियर चार्ज डेंसिटी, चार्ज इज डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड ऑन द लेंथ, दैट इज नथिंग बट चार्ज पर यूनिट लेंथ. तो ये लैम्बडा को L से मल्टीप्लाई करोगे तो चार्ज आएगा, that is charge in this much length of the wire, that you have to put it here. So flux का value आएगा lambda L upon epsilon naught. This is your equation number 2. Equation number 1 and 2 you equate them. So E multiplied by 2 pi r L is equal to lambda L upon epsilon naught. And it cancel हो जाएगा, and then you get E is equal to lambda upon 2 pi epsilon naught r. This is your derivation number 2. Okay. This is the last derivation. Electric intensity into infinite plane sheet. मतलब plane sheet का मतलब है consider like अगर इसके ऊपर चार्ज डिपॉजिट करो तो इसकी वजह से इलेक्ट्रिक इंटेंसिटी ये साइड में जाएगा. जितना इलेक्ट्रिक इंटेंसिटी ये साइड में जाएगा उतना ही मेरे साइड में आएगा, बिकॉज देयर इज अ थिकनेस. But if you decrease the thickness and make it minimal, so electric intensity to this side and this side. it will be almost same because thickness is not there. So consider that it is a plane sheet, thickness बहुत छोटा है, charge it appears on one side, creates electric intensity on this side, but same charge can create equal intensity on the other side also. So अगर ये तुम लोग ने ऐसा छोटा सा surface लिया है, so electric intensity due to charges enclosed by the small surface will go through here as well as here. Will pass through two areas. Okay. So एक प्लेन शीट है, उसके ऊपर चार्जेस बहुत सारे जगह पे डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किए, हमें इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेंसिटी एट पॉइंट पी को चाहिए. तो अगेन पॉइंट पी के अराउंड हम लोग ने स्मॉल एरिया ds ड्रॉ किया, ये इलेक्ट्रिक इंटेंसिटी किया, ds निकाला. टू फाइंड आउट which charges create electric intensity about point p, हम लोग ने ऐसा अरेंजमेंट किया. चार्जेस आर एवरीवेयर, तो हमें कौन से सभी चार्जेस नहीं चाहिए. तो ये ds के थ्रू कितना इलेक्ट्रिक इंटेंसिटी जा सकता है, उसके लिए कौन से चार्जेस रिस्पॉन्सिबल है, उसके लिए हम लोग ने ऐसा अरेंजमेंट किया. तो इसके सामने ये एरिया, तो इसमें जितने चार्जेस है उस चार्जेस की वजह से इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स इसमें से जाएगा. वही चार्जेस on the other side भी electric flux भेजेंगे because the plane sheet has very small thickness or नहीं negligible है ही. So same charges can send electric flux from the other side also. So पहला फॉर्मूला लिखा d phi is equal to E naught ds dot theta is 0 cos is 1. Since flux passes through areas on both sides, this side as well as this side, तो हम लोग ने दो साइड के लिए यहाँ से 2 से मल्टीप्लाई d phi is equal to 2 degrees. अभी यहाँ पे इंटीग्रेट नहीं कर रहा because it is a part of infinite plane sheet, integration of infinite में आता है. So next part is हम लोग अभी यूज करेंगे Gauss theorem. What is the Gauss theorem? Then it says d phi is equal to q upon epsilon. Okay. तो इसमें in this how many charges are there to find out ये surface में से कितने charges हैं. फिर से वही हम लोग यूज करेंगे सरफेस चार्ज डेंसिटी. See the charges are everywhere, but am I looking at charges which are everywhere? Answer is no. Which charges are responsible for sending the electric flux here? Then those which are enclosed here. How many are there that I don't know? तो उसके लिए कंसेप्ट है सरफेस चार्ज डेंसिटी. Surface charge density is given by sigma, which is equal to charge per unit area. तो ds में से कितने ds के कितने चार्जेस होंगे, sigma ds will be equal to q. So this is the charge enclosed in the area ds. तो q की वैल्यू होगी sigma ds. तो ये q की वैल्यू जो है वो गॉस थ्योरम में सब्स्टिट्यूट करो. So d phi will be equal to sigma ds upon epsilon naught. ये हो गया इक्वेशन नंबर 2. दोनों इक्वेशन 1 और 2 को इवैल्यूएट करो. 2e ds is equal to sigma ds upon epsilon naught. ds हो गया कैंसिल, तो e का वैल्यू बना sigma upon 2 epsilon naught. This is the electric intensity due to infinite plane sheet. So here chapter all the derivations are covered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Torque derivation I am not covered, that you can manage by this.